What's going on, folks? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about a game that I just kind of recently discovered. I kind of missed the boat on, and I hope I'm pronouncing it right, but it looks like it's called Prodeus to me. Of course, this is a PS5 game. You can get it on PS5, PS4. I think it's on the Switch, the Xbox. I think it's on everything. It's a first-person shooter game. These games are very much in the realm of what they call these days the boomer shooter. I hate that damn term like the plague, but that's what the kids are calling it. It is a pixelated type game, which the great thing about this game is you don't even notice it once you get to playing it. Like I say, it's a first person shooter game. I'm not going to sit and act like I know what the story is. It's some futuristic, some another, I don't know. If you've played Doom, the original few Dooms, you've played this. Now, the great thing about this game is I dig it because it's the old style of kind of first-person shooter. It's very much you walk into a room, you're locked in the room until you destroy all enemies. Then it opens it up till you can go, to the next room. In this game, your loadout is like any traditional loadout in a first-person shooter. You have your traditional single rifles, your shotguns, your dual-wielded weapons, all that stuff. Your ammo crates are very much kind of like how Doom was in a lot of your old school shooters where they're in the room. So you're running around, clearing the room of enemies and picking up ammo as you go. You have armor, okay? It's not hide behind a rock like most modern shooters are and regenerate your health. You have armor in the room and stuff and armor shards like you do in Doom. You run around and pick those up to increase your health, your armor, all that jive. It's very old school in that sense. In this game, where it's a little different is, as you run around, you have to find cards to go to the next room. So say like a level I'm playing now, there are white rooms or white handprints on a wall. You can put your hand on it and it'll open up that room. Well, on some they're yellow, so you have to find a yellow key card to where you can access that room. So you may clear out all these rooms and such like that, but you've got to go do certain things and all that kind of job before you can find the key card to go on to the next level. Or not really next level as far as next stage, but traverse through the room. May have to go upstairs, downstairs, so on and so forth. That's what I really dig about it. It's not this go, go, go kind of deal. Yeah, the room fills up with enemies and you gotta kill them and all that jive, but then you kind of look around. It's got a cool exploratory element to it. I do dig that about it. You got to find the key card to move on and stuff. Also, in the game, you have these nexus points is what they're called. And essentially what they are is spawn points. So once you go so far through the level, you'll run across a nexus point. You'll open it up, so when you die, you'll respawn there. Usually these respawn points are kind of close to something that matters. So when you do die, it's kind of handy. The enemy types to be this type of game where it's a pixelated old school kind of game are kind of thought out. You have your traditional zombie type dudes that are walking around. You have very much those zombie type dudes that have guns. And then you have like the demons that are in Doom that throw the fireballs at you. They've emulated that and they have those in there. Then you have these little brain looking things that float around in the sky and they shoot like a bolt of electricity to the ground, and every time they do that they generate another enemy. Sometimes there'll be 2 or 3 of these in a room and they'll be generating the crap out of enemies. Well, it's in your best it's best for you to just take those out super quick, because if you don't take those floating dudes out pretty quick, the room will be flooded with enemies. So there's a little bit of strategy in the deal. I dig that about it quite a bit. Now, the one real cool thing about it that's nuts is it is a freaking bloodbath. I mean, there is blood every stinking where. It's hardcore in that arena. Like I say, it's a mature game, all that, but it's just from the blood standpoint. Man, it's gratifying. I mean, you blow the snot out of these folks in this game. Whether you've got a pea shooter or whether you've got a shotgun, it's the same kind of effect with the just gratuitous blood, but a super cool game, guys. I mean, I can't really talk about this enough. If I mean, these are the type of shooters I dig. Now, it does have multiplayer, all that kind of jive. If you're into that, you know, it's got all that. It's got all your traditional accoutrements with a modern FPS. But I love it because it's very old school and it's single player narrative, and it doesn't have a super deep story, none of that. Oh, one thing I forgot to tell y'all, it has an overhead map. It's very kind of like Super Mario Land like, and it's kind of cute in a way because you got your little dude and you move around the map and you can choose different areas as you've played that area. You can go back, so it's kind of neat in that. I haven't really used that much. I'm only like on the 3rd level, so I'm just kind of pushing forward as I go. And it does have a world map too, like in Doom, where you can open it up and it'll show you where you've been and what all that kind of jive. I mean, I don't use that terribly much because the game is kind of linear. Once you get going, you know, you're going, and there's really, I don't have much use for the map. But don't let the rudimentary graphics of the game fool you when you get it, or if you watch any other gameplay on this, or the gameplay you're watching on my channel. Don't let it fool you. It is a ton of fun. On whatever console you have, I suggest you pick it up. It is a fun game, and whether you're from the Call of Duty world, which you know you ain't ever gonna see it on this channel, or if you're an old school, you know, Medal of Honor guy, this game will fill your niche regardless what type of shooter you like. It's a ton of fun. Well, anyway, guys, just thought I'd recommend that one to you guys, and y'all have a good one, and subscribe if you would if you're digging the content. Later.